We'll come right back for the start of the action. Don't go anywhere. Well, hello and welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this doubleheader that we have got for you tonight between Chestnut Hill and Dominican. I'm Corey Cohen with you for both of these contests. We are starting out with women's basketball. The Chestnut Hill Griffins hosting the Dominican Chargers. Chestnut Hill in the yellow uniforms here at home, the Chargers wearing red. And for the home team, the Scarlet and Gold, they have been on a roll recently. They haven't lost since December 13th. They are 7-1 in the CACC. For Dominican, they had a little bit of a struggle in the non-conference play. Overall, they're 5-10, but in conference, they're 4-3. They don't want to fall back to 500. Dominican wins the tip-off, and we are underway here at Sorgenti Arena in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Again, I'm Corey Cohen with you for the broadcast as the first basket of the game is made. The starters for Dominican, Kyla Ramsor, Rebecca Ribeiro, Alprecia Parker, Sierra Rivera, and Jasmine Gee. For Chestnut Hill, we see a miss there, and the rebound muscled away. For Chestnut Hill, the starters, Mary Trossi, Kaylee Gibson, Vicky Toumaz, Jada Wildgoose, and Shannon Glenn. A three made by Dominican, and they have started off hot with a 5-0 lead, less than a minute into this game. So here's Mary Trossi, pass out to Glenn. Glenn puts up the layup, and the rebound brought in by Parker. Forward, but the steal brought in by Toumaz, who is fouled while trying to pass it. Hits the deck. She's all right, though. First foul called on Rebecca Ribeiro, senior out of Midland Park, New Jersey. Trossi driving, the layup, and it falls. Hung on the rim there, but got the friendly roll. And Chestnut Hill on the board for the first time this evening. The start time to this contest was pushed up an hour with the impending overnight snow. Dominican hoping to get back to campus safely, so they bought themselves an extra hour. The three, good, or excuse me, a deep two from Rebecca Ribeiro. It is a 7-2 lead, Chargers on top. Wildgoose underneath, fouled, doesn't fall, but she will go to the line to shoot two. Coach Mike West here in front of the scorers table calling over his squad, minus Wildgoose, who's at the line, using this as a de facto timeout. Talking things over with 4 of his 5 starters. Wildgoose misses the first. Jada Wildgoose, the team leader in rebounds per game at 8.4 boards per game. Also an incredible scorer, 15.8 points per game. That's only behind Vicky Toumaz. Jada Wildgoose, by the way, just a junior, and she is 30 points, now 29 points away from joining the 1,000-point club. Would be an exceptional honor for her. And surely she's going to hit it this season. A three off the back iron. And Wildgoose grabs the miss. She could do it tonight. It would take an extraordinary effort. If not, they'll be on the road on Saturday at Bloomfield, although she'd, I'm sure, like to do it here at home, if possible. Pass is tipped, kept by the Griffins. A three taken by Toumaz, and it falls. Just a 1-point game now, after a nice little run here from the Griffins. Ramsor, the point guard for the Chargers. A deep two. Rims out from Parker. Trossi driving, some space in the lane, passes out the corner three taken by Glenn off the board, off the rim, excuse me. Pull-up J is no good. Wildgoose with yet another rebound. She is the team leader in rebounds for a reason. She's already got a couple. Trossi with the runner. Coach West upset, no foul called. Ramsor. 6.5 to play. Screen set by Jasmine Gee. Ball with Parker, who drives, and she travels, and so that's a turnover. Checking in now, Cassie Siebold, the freshman out of Willow Grove. Backup point guard, has done an excellent job backing up Mary Trossi. She's got 49 assists to Trossi's 68. But she's also averaging 12.1 points per game, as you see there. She's now on the board. Her 12 points per game, good for 3rd on the entire team coming off the bench. Ball now with Ramsor. Dominican without one of their better players. Kala Latimer did not make the trip. A three, drained it. Sierra Rivera. And the pass is tipped and taken away by Parker. The 2-on-1 layup, easy for Sierra Rivera. That was a heck of a sequence for her. 5 points in about 10 seconds. Another tipped pass. Chestnut Hill keeps this one. Siebold underneath to Wild Goose. Posts up in the lane. A foul called. And Wild Goose will head to the line. Wild Goose with 1 point, and Amanda Gordon about to check in for Dominican, a player who they're hoping can put a stop to Wild Goose in the post. Gibson checks out. And Trossi comes back in. Wild Goose makes the second. And Wild Goose is actually going to take a seat on the bench in favor of Tomaya Graham, a senior out of Miami. The weather today in Philly feels, at least the way it's been, feels sort of like Miami. It's in the 30s, but compared to what it's been, this is the Miami of winters in Philadelphia. Winter days, I should say. Rebound grab by Tomaya Graham. Here's Trossi, pass out. Glenn thought about it, and she is fouled on the ground. Foul on Parker. Here's Tomas. So that is the 5th team foul against Dominican, which puts Chestnut Hill into the bonus. Cassie Siebold at the line to shoot 2, misses the front. Kaylee Gibson checks back into the game. Shannon Glenn subs out. Siebold makes the second. Just a 1 point lead for the Chargers. A little more than 4.5 to play here in the opening quarter. 2 point guards out on the floor for Chestnut Hill, Trossi and Siebold. Ramsor now Rivera out to Parker. Ball now with Gordon. Underneath, loose pass. The shot, no look, banks it home. Alprecia Parker with a high degree of difficulty on that shot. Here's Trossi. Driving the lane. Cannot score. Ramsor has to slow things down, runs into her teammate, lost the dribble, but got it right back. Ribeiro. Open 3, decides to drive. Now Parker. Underneath to Gordon. In the lane, the one-hander is good. 16-11 lead for Dominican. Trossi. Driving that runner, a little too much on it. Dominican looking to increase his 5 point lead. Ribeiro, senior out of Midland Park, New Jersey for 3. The largest lead of the game for the Chargers. 8 points here with under 3 minutes to play in the opening quarter. Siebold doesn't have anywhere to go. To Maz. Now it's Gibson. Over and under, that's a turnover. And this has been a huge start for Dominican, considering they've struggled. They've lost 2 straight. Last win was against Caldwell on January 6th. For Chestnut Hill, they haven't lost a game since December 13th. And not many of their games have been particularly close. Another basket good for Amanda Gordon off the bench. She's got size, but she's also got plenty of skill in the post. 2:20 to play in the first. Underneath. Basket good. Chestnut Hill needed that one. Back to a single-digit margin. Travel called against the Chargers. So another turnover. That's the 3rd against Dominican. Shot clock reset to 30. Here's the baseline inbound coming for the Scarlet and Gold. Inbound to Seabold in the corner. Takes it to the wing. Now to Maz. Thought about it. Pass out. Some contact. The 3 now from Gibson. Off the iron. Under 2 minutes to play in the first. The jumper off the front of the rim. Little short there from Taylor Tomlinson, who just checked in. Wild Goose finishes on the second chance opportunity. 6-point difference here. Tomlinson now in the game, probably the best player off the bench, the most productive for Dominican, averaging 6.5 points per game and 5 boards per game. Here's now Nelson, somehow scores in the post. 23-15, down the court, Wild Goose cannot finish. Nice defense there from Tomlinson. Under a minute to play in the opening quarter. Tomlinson, too short. 40 seconds left. Seabold puts up a Hail Mary for a runner and somehow uses the glass and scores. She was falling off that run. It looked like there might be a foul, and she just put it up on her way down and came away with the basket. So about a half a second separates the game clock and the shot clock. Dominican will hold for what they're hoping to be the last shot of the quarter. From the free throw line, that misses. Seabold, can a shot be taken? No. And it didn't matter anyway. So at the end of the first quarter, 23-17 is the score. With the visiting Dominican Chargers on top. We'll take a quick break. Some words from our sponsors. We'll be right back here for the broadcast of Chestnut Hill versus Dominican.
Ladies and gentlemen, after the game, Chestnut Hill College invites you to the official restaurant of Griffin Nation. Just take a short trip down Germantown Pike for plenty of good food, drink, and fun at Brittingham's Pub in Lafayette Hill.
Being a Griffin means playing for the love of the game in a community that supports you every step of the way, from opening tip to the playoff push. At Chestnut Hill College, an NCAA Division II institution where the values of sportsmanship, service, and resourcefulness are at the forefront of our athletic programming. We truly know and fully embrace what it means to be a student athlete. As a student athlete on one of our 20 intercollegiate athletic teams, you'll be valued as a unique individual by our faculty and coaching staff who are here to help you pursue your athletic passions while working towards your degree. For more information, please visit www.chc.edu or www.griffinathletics.com. One. Master your future at our School of Graduate Studies. The career you deserve is waiting for you at Chestnut Hill College. Chestnut Hill College upholds a long tradition of academic excellence that can help you turn your knowledge, skills, and experience into a career full of purpose. We offer a variety of master's degree programs, certifications, and certificates in the administration of human services, education, clinical and counseling psychology, and instructional technology, as well as an APA-accredited doctoral program in clinical psychology. For more information, visit www.chc.edu/graduate.
Hello and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Start of the second quarter here between Chestnut Hill and Dominican. The Chargers on top, and now a shot taken, miss, and an over-the-back foul called against Parker. So at the beginning of this second quarter, 23-17 is the score. Visiting Chargers on top. Looking to get their first win since January 6th. Chestnut Hill has not lost a game since December 13th. The way they've been playing. Siebold having an excellent game coming off the bench. 2 baskets in a row for her that looked like they could have been a foul. Managed to score anyway. Ramsor. Drives, gives it to Parker. Quick jumper, and that's good. 6-point lead for Dominican. Underneath, it falls. Basket good for Graham. Minute and a half into this quarter. The 3. Brick. Trossi pushing the tempo. Out, a 3 from Glenn. Air ball. A little full court pressure now on the baseline. Got to pass back out, and the Chargers will reset the offense. Ribeiro. Nelson. That's an air ball, and barely kept in by Siebold, but she gives it away. A foul before the shot called on Graham. And now Wild Goose will check in for said Graham. The jumper in the post is good. Taylor Tomlinson. Her first points of the contest. A steal on the break. Tomlinson cannot finish. Taylor Tomlinson so frustrated with herself. Got the steal, had a breakaway layup, and could not score. Wild Goose with the pressure chasing her down. But no excuse for Tomlinson to not finish there. And she's going to be kicking herself about that one. 6-point lead for Dominican. Underneath to Wild Goose. She scores and one. So a huge bucket there for Jada Wild Goose, up to 9 points already, a chance to make it 10. And again, she started today 30 points away from the 1,000-point club. Unlikely, considering she's averaging 15.8 points per game that she could get it today. But the way she's playing, she might. Certainly giving herself every chance. Up to 10 points and 4 rebounds already for Jada Wild Goose. barely into this contest. Ribeiro. Three-second violation. 3 in the key called against Taylor Tomlinson, freshman out of Middletown, New York. Under 7 minutes to play in the half. Wild Goose finishes. What an incredible game thus far for Jada Wild Goose. 12 points. Chasing down the 1,000-point club, trying to make history here tonight at home. Quick bucket there for Taylor Tomlinson. Back up to a 3-point lead for the Chargers. Wild Goose is double-teamed and fouled underneath. That's the 4th team foul this quarter already against the Chargers. The inbound play, Glenn rolls off the rim. It hung on there, just an unfriendly roll for Chestnut Hill. Under 6 minutes to play in the second quarter. Rivera underneath to Gordon, a travel called. It's a 3-point game, 1 possession, and Chestnut Hill has possession. Vicky Toumaz, the senior out of North Wells, PA, went to North Penn, the leading scorer on the team with just under 17 points per game. Trossi, the layup, good. Down to just a 1-point game here. Here's Rivera. That misses, and Chestnut Hill with the chance to take their first lead of the game. But a turnover, that'll be Dominican ball. Across the court, tipped by Gibson, so it will stay with the Chargers. But a nice effort there from the sophomore out of Marlton, New Jersey. Over halfway through this second quarter. Ramsor out to Rivera. Underneath to Gordon. Double teamed, that shot is off. It looked like it was tipped. Gibson pulls back. Trossi underneath, but cannot finish. Toumaz so close to pulling off an excellent play off the look from Trossi. Just couldn't complete. Ribeiro, the jumper, swish. 4 minutes remaining in the second quarter. Trossi finds Glenn underneath, puts it up, can't score. Wild Goose with the board, held ball, and the possession arrow points toward Dominican. Substitution, Wild Goose checks out, 12 points and 7 rebounds. I believe Coach Mike West just said to Wild Goose, get you back in this quarter. So she's not done for the half. 3:35 to play. A foul called against Toumaz going for the steal. Fresh shot clock, Ramsor with the ball. Her team up by 3, misses the layup. Siebold pushing the tempo. It's now 1-on-3 essentially, but a pass out to Glenn, the extra pass. Now back to Siebold. Tumaz for 3 from the wing, off the rim. And Tumaz with just 3 points. Again, the leading scorer has been quiet. Three minutes remaining in the quarter. Wild Goose set to come back into this game. Ramsor, now Nelson. Pass is tipped. It will stay with Dominican. Nice play there from Graham, who will take a seat on the bench in favor of Wild Goose. So she's coming back in, 12 points, 8 rebounds. Nearing a double-double in just 1 half. A foul on Wild Goose, who did not plant her feet, it looks like. Oh no, it's a turnover, excuse me. That's a travel call. Here's Wild Goose. Back to the basket to Maz. Misses. Wild Goose on the rebound and scores. 14 points and 9 boards for Jada Wild Goose. She is having her way down in the post, and a foul called against Dominican. Trossi was shooting and will head to the line to attempt to take the lead. Chestnut Hill trailing by just 1. That foul called against Rivera. So here's Trossi, averaging about 8.5 points per game, plus 5.5 rebounds per game. On top of that, the team leader in assists, with 68 entering tonight. So she misses the first. That's a chance to tie the game here. Renee Briggs checks in for the first time today for Dominican. Misses both. Frustrating trip to the line there for Trossi. The 3 from Ribeiro, misses that one, and now with under 2 minutes to play, Siebold finds Glenn. Back to Siebold underneath the Wild Goose. Back to the basket, passes out to Maz with some space, and she is fouled. Will go to the line to shoot 2, fouled from behind by Ribeiro trying to catch up. And now Tumaz will shoot a pair. Tumaz ties this game up from the line, the first tie since the open. Now Trossi and Siebold in there, figuring that Tumaz would make it. Set to play defense, a steal for Cassie Siebold, the freshman with heads-up defense. Out to Tumaz for 3. Off. The refs noticed the shot clock did not reset. So 90 seconds remaining in the half. Wild Goose boxes out. The rebound good for Glenn. Siebold. Underneath to Wild Goose. Pass out, but it's a turnover. And yet, in the half a second, another turnover. Ramsor had her foot out of bounds. And so the steal, but then the turnover against the Chargers. So with 61 seconds remaining in the quarter, Chestnut Hill will get a fresh possession. Seabold for three. Off the backboard, Dominican with the ball. Under a minute to play in the half. The three now from Briggs off the iron. Glenn to Maz. Seabold driving. Pass out to Glenn. Thought about the corner three. She drives, gets her own board, and finishes on the second chance opportunity. So a nice putback basket there for Shannon Glenn, her first bucket of the game. Now with the shot clock turned off, Dominican can hold for the final possession. 5 on the clock. A three taken by Briggs. Misses that one. Trossi with just a second. And that one does not count. So at the half, Chestnut Hill has taken the lead for the first time in this contest. 34-31 is the score. Griffins on top at the half. And just a phenomenal first half performance from Jada Wild Goose, nearing a double-double. 14 points, 9 rebounds. She is now just 16 points away from joining the 1,000-point club. We'll take a break for halftime. We'll come back, bring you all the action from the second half of play. Don't go anywhere, folks. You're watching women's basketball between Chestnut Hill and Dominican in this first part of our doubleheader.
Looking to take time out for a snack? The Griffin's Den is an a la carte cafe located on the ground floor of Fournier Hall. Stop by to check out the many food and beverage options to enjoy while watching the game in Sorgeni Arena. You can quench your thirst with a water or Gatorade, and satisfy your appetite with anything ranging from a soft pretzel to a slice of pizza to a sandwich. Brought to you by Chartwells, who reminds you to eat, learn, live.
Here are the statistics for the first half of the first game of today's doubleheader. First for Dominican, their leading scorer with 8 points is number 24, Sierra Rivera. Number 11, Rebecca Ribeiro has 7 points. Number 22, Alprecia Parker has 6. Number 2, Taylor Nelson has 2 points. Number 15, Taylor Tomlinson has 4. And number 50, Amanda Gordon has 4 points. Dominican shot 42.4% from the field in the half. They were 3 of 8 from 3-point distance, and they did not go to the free throw line. For Chestnut Hill, leading all scorers with 14 points, number 32, Jada Walkus. She added 9 rebounds in the half. Number 2, Mary Trossi has 4 points. Number 22, Vicky Tomas has 5. Number 42, Shannon Glenn has 2 points. Number 4, Cassie Siebold has 7. And number 33, Tamaya Graham has 2 points. In the half, Chestnut Hill shot 38.2% from the field. They were 1 of 9 from 3-point distance and 7 of 12 from the free throw line. The Griffins are on the road after tonight's games. They will be playing on Saturday at Bloomfield College. And they return to Sorgetti Arena next week, the 24th, when they'll host Jefferson University in a Central Atlantic Collegiate Conference doubleheader. The women's game beginning at 6, men's game following at 8. That's on January 24th, right here, doubleheader basketball in Sorgetti Arena. We want to remind you we're selling 50-50 raffle tickets at the table just inside Sorgetti Arena. You can also purchase a Chestnut Hill College basketball t-shirt at the same location. And finally, we remind you that food and beverage are not allowed here in Sorgetti Arena per college regulations. Thank you for your cooperation.
Ladies and gentlemen, remember to visit the official restaurant of Griffin Nation. It's just a short trip down Germantown Pike to Burningham's Pub in Lafayette Hill. Join us today after the game.
Celebrate your special event at Chestnut Hill College. From the breathtaking rotunda in St. Joseph Hall to the elegant and serene estate on Sugarloaf Hill, our historic buildings and beautiful grounds offer unique venues for social and corporate events, wedding receptions, birthday parties, bar and bat mitzvahs, galas and fundraisers, corporate meetings, executive retreats. Every event at Chestnut Hill College is as distinctive as you are. Our event staff and catering team will exceed your expectations and guide you in creating a truly unforgettable event. We invite you to contact us by phone at 215-248-7146 or email us at events@chc.edu. You can also visit us online at events@chestnuthillcollege.com. Again, please call 215-248-7146. Send an email to events@chc.edu or visit us online at events@chestnuthillcollege.com.
The second half about to get underway here from Sorgenti Arena, live from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Hello and welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to this broadcast of Chestnut Hill versus Dominican women's basketball. We've got a doubleheader for you. Men's coming up after the conclusion of this game. But here, we've got a great contest for you. It is 34-31, the Griffins on top, and potential history to be made. I'm Corey Cohen with you for the broadcast. Jada Wildgoose, just a junior out of Somerset, New Jersey. And she has the potential to do something incredibly special, join the 1,000-point club, particularly special because she is just a junior. She entered today just 30 points shy of joining the 1,000-point club. In that first half, she nearly had a double-double, including 14 points and 9 rebounds. So she is just 16 points away from joining that prestigious club. Only 7 players in Chestnut Hill history have done it. She will do it. The question is, will it be tonight in front of the home fans? That's a good start. Jada Wildgoose begins the second half with a bucket, putting Chestnut Hill up 36-31. Dominican wearing red, now heading from the right side of your screen to the left. Griffins wearing yellow here at home. Travel called against Dominican. That goes against Jasmine Gee, the sophomore out of Englewood, New Jersey. Went to high school with Kala Latimer, one of the leading scorers, the second leading scorer for this team, and she is not here with the squad today. 8.8 points per game, 4 rebounds per game. She did not make the trip down here to Philly. 10 on the shot clock. Out to Glenn. To Maz, the jumper. Count it. And Chestnut Hill, which trailed for most of the first half, has now taken a 38-31 lead. Ramsor, the point guard. Underneath. The one-hand shot misses, but an offensive rebound for Gee. The putback is no good. Take a look at the first half stats. Wildgoose and what she was able to do really became the difference on a team-wide scale. When you look at points in the paint, as Wildgoose is now that she passes out. Points in the paint, Chestnut Hill led 24-14. Here's a three from Tumaz. She is red hot now with 10 points. The leading scorer for Chestnut Hill forces Dominican to call a timeout. She's averaging just under 17 points per game and is now up to 10 after a slow start in that first half. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back with more Chestnut Hill women's basketball.
Located 20 minutes from Center City, Philadelphia, Chestnut Hill College provides a small school experience with many big opportunities. Our close-knit community empowers each student to become a leader in all aspects of campus life. Our faculty and staff help each student achieve the right balance of academics, athletics, student life, and career development. For more information on Chestnut Hill College, schedule a visit at one of our upcoming information sessions or register for our open house. Visit www.chc.edu/visit.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Just over 8 minutes remaining here in the third quarter. Dominican scores for the first time in this half. Tomas underneath finds Gibson on the runner, can't finish. Rivera, now Ramsor. Foul called. The inbound play. A shot, but a foul, and Jasmine Gee will head to the line to shoot two. That foul called on Mary Trossi.
Second team foul. Jasmine Gee will shoot 2 free throws.
Gee scores her first of the game. She's the team leader in points per game and rebounds per game. 11.5 points, 5.1 boards per game, and is on the board for the first time today. Now 2 points for Jasmine Gee. She definitely had a slow start in that first half. The three, off the back iron, rebound corralled by Ramsor, and a foul called against the Griffins. That's their third of the quarter. Cassie Siebold set to check in for Chestnut Hill, and she comes in for Mary Trossi. Such an incredible duo of point guards that the Scarlet and Gold have here. Chargers break the full court press, too strong on the jump shot, and the rebound collected by Gibson. Gibson trapped, finds Tomas. Underneath to Wild Goose. Off her foot. It's kept in play. Glenn driving. Misses. Wild Goose with the offensive board. And the finish. Jada Wild Goose has a double-double. Now 18 points. And she is just getting closer and closer to making history here on her home floor. Could be an historic night for Jada Wild Goose. Rebound for Siebold, and a foul called against Dominican. Wild Goose takes a seat on the bench. 18 points, 11 rebounds. Now just 12 points away from becoming the 8th player in Chestnut Hill history to reach 1,000 points. Siebold misses on the layup. It's an 8-point lead for the home team. Chestnut Hill 7-1 in conference, one of the top teams in the CACC. That three is good from Alprecia Parker. Chestnut Hill currently tied for first place in the South Division of the CACC with University of the Sciences and Jefferson, all here in Philly. On the other end, a foul called against Tomas, and that'll send Sierra Rivera to the line. Rivera averaging just under 8 points per game. That first free throw rolls out. Gibson back in for the Griffins. Now 43-38, Chestnut Hill leads. Here's some full court pressure. Already 8 seconds passed. There's the violation. And so the full court pressure worked for Dominican as they get a turnover. Chestnut Hill not able to advance past half court in 10 seconds. So halfway through this third quarter, it's a 5-point game. Make that a 3-point game, the finish. And after the basket from Jasmine Gee, this is a 1-possession game. Siebold loses it. And here come the Chargers. They could tie it, but a pass way over the head of Gee coming from Rivera. And now back into the game for the Griffins is Jada Wildgoose. 18 points, 11 boards, nearing history, looking to join the 1,000-point club, and she is just a junior. An incredible career she's had already, and what an incredible night. Took a pick there. A lot of physicality underneath to Wildgoose. Pass out finds Siebold, who is fouled, and now Cassie Siebold will head to the line to shoot 2. Turn this back into a 2-possession game. Second shot good. The 3 off the front iron. Rebound good for Wildgoose. Again, she's already got a double-double. She nearly had it at the half. Siebold thought about it. The runner is good. Cassie Siebold having one heck of a game. Now 10 points for the freshman to go along with 4 rebounds. Underneath, double team, back out, but a travel called that first step without a dribble coming from Ramsor. And now Tamaya Graham checking in for Shannon Glenn. 3.5 to play here in the third quarter. Again, broadcasting live from Sorgenti Arena in Philadelphia. I'm Corey Cohen with you. Chestnut Hill looking for yet another win in the CACC. And Jada Wildgoose looking to make history, joining the 1,000-point club. Foul called against the Chargers. That's against Sierra Rivera, her third. Baseline inbound coming up. Out to Siebold, open from the corner. Just misses. Wildgoose with yet another rebound. Back out to Siebold. She'll try again. This time she drains it. 49-40, and Chestnut Hill has taken a commanding lead of this game after trailing for much of the first half. Wildgoose with great defense, but the putback complete from Amanda Gordon. She's had a great game off the bench. Now with 6 points and some solid defense. Glenn now checking in for Graham. Wild Goose up to 18 points, 13 rebounds, and an assist after that last play. Inbound to Trossi. Underneath. And the friendly roll for Kaylee Gibson gets her 2 points. Now up, back up, I should say, to a 9-point advantage for the Scarlet and Gold. Under 2.5 to play in the third. Foul before the shot called against Wild Goose. That's her first. And that's the 5th team foul against Chestnut Hill, puts them in the bonus. Taylor Tomlinson misses the front end. Tomlinson has been effective off the bench. That falls. Siebold into Trossi, and a quick foul called against Ramsel. Siebold already up to 13 points. Now, she's been great all season. She's averaging 12.1 points per game. But again, coming off the bench, the way she's performed tonight, so aggressive. She's already surpassed her season average, along with a couple rebounds and a steal. Ball will stay with Chestnut Hill. Trossi, under 2 minutes to play in the third quarter. Glenn out to Wild Goose. She drives the paint. She is fouled, and Wild Goose will head to the line to shoot 2. She's at 988 career points, trying to make history. Makes the first. And makes the second. 20 points for Jada Wild Goose, 13 rebounds. She needed 30 entering tonight to get to the 1,000 point club. It was unlikely she could do it tonight. More likely she would do it on the road this weekend at Bloomfield on Saturday. But depending on how this game goes, she could make history this evening. That's off the rim. Last touch off of Wild Goose. And it will stay with the Chargers. Uses the glass and scores. Taylor Tomlinson with a nice bucket. Minute 16 remaining in the quarter. Glenn beyond the arc. Seven on the shot clock. And a foul called against Taylor Nelson, junior out of Piscataway, New Jersey. And Coach Bill Diener of Dominican is frustrated with that one. Now Gibson at the line to shoot 2. Misses the first. And Wild Goose will check out likely for the remainder of the third quarter. She'll need a 10-point fourth quarter to make history here at home. Second free throw is good. Back up to a 9-point lead for Chestnut Hill. Ties the largest lead of the game. That's good. Tomlinson doing one heck of a job coming off the bench. Now with 9 points, eclipsing her season average, which is 6.4. About 2 seconds separate, or excuse me, about 4 seconds separate the game clock and shot clock. But now after the turnover, shot clock is unplugged. Or excuse me, that's a foul, which would put Trossi at the line to shoot 2 in the bonus. The shot clock is unplugged when Dominican will get the ball back. First shot good for Mary Trossi. Renee Briggs checks in for Dominican. In and out on the second shot. So plenty of time here for the Chargers to kill. They trailed by 8. Underneath, but the quick shot, good for Guy. Under 10 seconds remaining. Trossi out to Glenn. 2 seconds left. Trossi for 3. Off the iron, and that is the end of the third quarter. 55-49 is the lead now for Chestnut Hill. Still a whole lot of basketball coming up and a chance for Jada Wildgoose to make history. Don't go anywhere, folks. We've got an exciting fourth quarter coming up.
Looking for some food and drink after tonight's game? Join us at Brittingham's Pub in Lafayette Hill, the official restaurant of Griffin Nation, where you can enjoy all your pub favorites with your choice of 50 seasonal and craft beers.
Celebrating 90 years of tradition and risk, Chestnut Hill College is a 4-year co-ed Catholic college. Chestnut Hill College offers over 36 majors of study, 20 Division II athletic teams, and an ever-growing study abroad program. With a student-to-faculty ratio of 11-to-1, a career development office dedicated to finding our students internships and employment, and numerous combined bachelor's and master's degree programs, why wouldn't you want to learn more? To schedule a personal visit or to register for one of our open houses, go to chc.edu/visit.
Dominican basketball in the fourth quarter.
Back in action here, fourth quarter. Jada Wildgoose misses in the paint. Final 10 minutes remaining in this contest. A steal for Cassie Siebold. It's 2 on 3. She pulls back to Glenn for 3 from the wing off the rim. Siebold. Again, I'm Corey Cohen with you live from Sorgenti Arena in Philadelphia. Chestnut Hill looking to advance to 8-1 in conference over Dominican, currently 4-3 in the CACC. A foul, first of the quarter here, called against Jasmine Guy.
First team foul of the quarter, taking for Dominican, number 24, Sierra Rivera.
Substitution here as Aprecia Parker enters the game for Jasmine Guy. Inbound to Gibson. Siebold thought about it. Gets it to Wildgoose in the post. Looking to pass. She might want to score. No, a pass out. Gibson loses it. Held ball. And the possession arrow will keep it on this side of the court. Griffin's ball. Wild Goose, 20 points, 13 rebounds. 10 points away from joining the 1,000-point club. Basket good on the end around from Cassie Siebold. Freshman from Willow Grove, PA, majoring in communications. A three. Off the iron, rebound corralled by Glenn. Tomas now Siebold. Another basket good for Cassie Siebold. $18 points now for the freshman, averaging 12 a game. She's having one of the best games of her young career. 3-on-3 now. Chestnut Hill slows things down. Wild Goose is fouled. No basket. It's an offensive foul. And that's frustrating for Wild Goose and for Griffin's fans everywhere, because that could have been a 3-point play for Wild Goose, would have put her 7 away from joining the 1,000-point club. Would have made a big difference down the stretch in terms of the feasibility of her reaching that mark tonight. Eight minutes remaining. On the wing, Ramsor now with Ribeiro. Misses. Offensive rebound. Back out. Ramsor. In the corner. The three. Off the back iron. Forward now with Trossi. Pushes the tempo, and she is fouled. The ref's now talking about, was that a shooting foul or was it on the ground? So a technical foul. Called against Parker after the foul was on the ground, but here's the technical. And so Tomas at the line. Misses the first free throw. She'll get a second, and then Chestnut Hill will get the ball underneath the basket. Second shot good. So Parker now playing with 4 fouls, 1 more, and she's out of the game. On the inbound play, Wild Goose is no longer on the floor. 5-second violation. Chestnut Hill could not inbound, and that's a turnover. Still an 11-point lead for the Griffins. 7:17 to play. Here's Ribeiro. Drives, passes out. Ramsor now with the ball. Bloomfield looking, or excuse me, Dominican looking to break their 2-game losing streak. Their last win was against Caldwell on January 6th. That'll help. A 3 counted for Rivera. Now it's an 8-point contest. Gibson out to Glenn. Underneath, Trossi uses the glass and scores. Back up to a 10-point margin and a timeout called by Coach West of Chestnut Hill. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back with all the action in the final 6:26 remaining.
Located 20 minutes from Center City, Philadelphia, Chestnut Hill College provides a small school experience with many big opportunities. Our close-knit community empowers each student to become a leader in all aspects of campus life. Our faculty and staff help each student achieve the right balance of academics, athletics, student life, and career development. For more information on Chestnut Hill College, schedule a visit at one of our upcoming information sessions or register for our open house. Visit www.chc.edu/visit.
Back in action here, 6 minutes and now 24 seconds remaining in regulation. It's a 10-point lead for Chestnut Hill over Dominican here in this first part of our doubleheader between the Griffins and the Chargers. Held ball, possession arrow gives it to Dominican. I'm Corey Cohen with you live from Sorgenti Arena here on the campus of Chestnut Hill College in Philadelphia. Ramsor. Dominican hoping not to fall back to 500 in conference. They're 4-3 right now. That basket good for Alprecia Parker. They host Georgian Court on Sunday. This game pushed up an hour earlier so they can get back to New York on the Hudson before the snow starts. Siebold for three. And a timeout now called on the other end by Coach Diener of Dominican. Cassie Siebold with a huge performance thus far, 20 points for the freshman, one of her best games of her career. We'll take another quick break. We will be right back.
Looking to take time out for a snack? The Griffin's Den is an a la carte cafe located on the ground floor of Fournier Hall. Stop by to check out the many food and beverage options to enjoy while watching the game in Sorgenti Arena. You can quench your thirst with a water or Gatorade and satisfy your appetite with anything ranging from a soft pretzel to a slice of pizza to a sandwich. Brought to you by Chartwells, who reminds you to eat, learn, live.
So back here with 5 minutes, 46 seconds remaining on the clock after a huge three from Cassie Siebold puts Chestnut Hill back up by double digits. They are just not letting Dominican back into this contest. Jada Wildgoose still not, or excuse me, she's back on the floor. Still 10 points away from joining the 1,000-point club. And she'll finish her career with well over 1,000 points. Question is, can she do it tonight? Can she do it on her home floor? That basket good from Jasmine Gee. Wildgoose can't maintain control. It's knocked out of bounds. Last touch off of Ribeiro. And the Griffins will keep. Wildgoose to inbound. Out to Trossi. Wildgoose posting up. Now falls off. Out to Glenn. Driving some space. The underhand layup good. 11-point lead for Chestnut Hill. Into the corner. The three from Ribeiro. Swish. Ribeiro drained that one. It is now 67-59. Siebold can't score that one, though she's been red hot tonight. Ribeiro is fouled. Will head to the line to shoot two. 4 minutes, 15 seconds remaining. It's an 8-point contest. This could turn into a 2-possession game here at the line. First falls.
Returning for Dominican, 15 Taylor Tomlinson, and for Chestnut Hill, 20 Taylor Gibson.
And now a 30-second timeout called from Coach Diener with Dominican. We will take a timeout with them. We'll be right back with all the action. 4 minutes and 15 seconds remaining right here between the Griffins and the Chargers.
Looking for some food and drink after tonight's game? Join us at Brittingham's Pub in Lafayette Hill, the official restaurant of Griffin Nation, where you can enjoy all your pub favorites with your choice of 50 seasonal and craft beers.
This game, as it turns out, coming down to the wire. 67-61 is the score. Much of the first half was controlled by Dominican. Much of the second half controlled by Chestnut Hill. And there's a huge three from Vicky Toumaz. Ramsor, now under 4 minutes to play. Misses. Siebold with the board. Glenn is fouled. And we'll see if they call that a shooting foul. It does not look like it. That's on Rivera, her fourth foul. One more, she's out of the game. It is not a shooting foul. 4 team fouls, though, already in this quarter. One more puts Chestnut Hill into the bonus. Siebold. Underneath to Wild Goose, double team, pass out to Siebold. Rims out, just rattles. .318 to play. 9-point lead for the Griffins. Rivera. Dominican needs all the time they can find. A 2-point jumper from Parker is good. 7-point difference now. Somehow Chestnut Hill keeps possession. It's tipped and will stay with the Griffins. Underneath, Wild Goose finishes. Jada Wild Goose now up to 22 points in the game, along with 13 rebounds. Just 8 points shy of joining the 1,000-point club. Unlikely she will do it tonight. More likely she'll do it Saturday at Bloomfield. But there's still time. Wild Goose looks like she got a piece of that one. The offensive rebound and the putback complete from Jasmine Gee. 12 points for her. They've got to help her get past half court, and they do. Wild Goose out to Toumaz. Took that first step without dribbling. 2:04 to play. And it's a 7-point game. Trossi checks back in, so 2 ball handlers out on the floor for the Griffins. Under 2 minutes to play. The best parts of any basketball game, particularly this one, looking like they will be exciting. A 3. That's good! Alprecia Parker, the junior, makes this a 4-point contest with under 2 minutes to go. Griffins break the full court. Wild Goose now 6 points away from joining the 1,000-point club. Jada Wild Goose up to 24 points, 13 rebounds. Ramsor underneath in the post. The shot off the back iron. Trossi collects the rebound. 1:10 to go. And lost ball there from Gibson. Tried to get it into Wild Goose. A foul. Charge! An offensive foul. Called against Rebecca Ribeiro. And this will be Griffin's basketball. 1:03 to go. Jada Wild Goose staying out there. 6 points away from the 1,000-point club. And you have to imagine, earlier in this quarter, she scored 2, was fouled, or there was a whistle for a foul. It was called as a charge. An offensive foul, not a defensive foul. If that was a defensive foul, she'd be 3 points away from joining the 1,000-point club at home. Tomas with the board, and she's fouled. And that puts Chestnut Hill into the bonus. They will head to the line to shoot 2. A foul called on Tomlinson. (76 to 68). And a 30-second timeout called over on the Dominican sideline. We'll keep it here. Jada Wild Goose, just a junior out of Somerset, New Jersey, entered today needing 30 points to join the 1,000-point club, and she has come so close to doing so. Had a monumental performance, hoping to make history here on her home floor. It's looking like she'll come up just barely short, and we'll have to do it likely on the road this weekend. The next game for Chestnut Hill is on Saturday at Bloomfield. So the inbound now. Rebound corralled by Trossi, who is quickly fouled by Ribeiro. I believe that's her 5th. No, excuse me, that's her 4th. She's now 1 away from fouling out. Mary Trossi will head to the line to shoot 2. So Wild Goose with a chance to make history, having her best game of her season, one of the best games of her career. She's gotten 24 points 1 time this season. This is her 2nd. That other game when she scored 24 points, that was at Georgian Court on December 30th. She had 24 points, 10 rebounds. Today she's got 24 points, 13 rebounds. Just an unbelievable performance from Wild Goose. To keep this a game, off the back iron, but an offensive rebound. Last touch, though, off of Ramsor. And a timeout called by Coach West. An 8-point lead for Chestnut Hill in the final 20 seconds of this game. Jada Wild Goose still stuck at 994 points in her career. Again, very close earlier because there was an offensive foul called against her. It could have been 2 points and 1. She could have been 3 points away from the 1,000-point club. Instead, she's 6. So unlikely it'll happen tonight. However, she's going to get there almost definitely this Saturday at Bloomfield. And she's going to far surpass just 1,000 career points. As she's just a junior, she could become one of the leading scorers, if not the leading scorer, in Chestnut Hill history. Current leader, finished with 1,277 points. Wild Goose could do that at the end of next year. Timeout called with 17.2 seconds remaining. A 10-point lead for Chestnut Hill. This one looks to be in the books, though it's certainly not assured. And a reminder that after this, we do have the second part of our doubleheader for you. The men's teams between Chestnut Hill and Dominican will play. That'll be coming up right around 7 p.m. Might start a minute or two late, but it depends on how long these final 17 seconds go. But we'll have that one for you for the second part of our doubleheader. Should be a good one there with the Griffins looking for their first win in the CACC. A three-pointer good from Sierra Rivera to keep this one a little bit closer. 7-point lead, and Siebold is fouled. She will head to the line. Career game for Cassie Siebold, 20 points for her. Again, Siebold, just a freshman. Her career high is 25 points, so she won't quite hit that. She got that against Post, but still one of the brightest games of a young, very bright career. Nine-point lead for Chestnut Hill. The final seconds. The three is off the mark. And that is the final. 80-71 is the score at the end of this one. Chestnut Hill finished the first quarter down 6. They made up a little bit of ground in the second quarter. They went into the half down 3. They took over in the third and held on in the fourth. The Griffins defeat the Chargers by 9 points. And with that, Chestnut Hill advances to 12-6 on the season, 8-1 in the CACC, tied for the top of the South Division in the standings. For Dominican, they fall to 5-11 overall, 4-4 in conference. They'll host Georgian Court on Sunday, looking to get back over 500. Chestnut Hill's next game will be Saturday at Bloomfield, but just a huge game from a couple players. Vicky Toumaz ended up with 18 points over her season average. Cassie Siebold finished with 22 points, one of the top games of her young career. And of course, Jada Wild Goose, 24 points, 13 rebounds, is just 6 points away from joining the 1,000-point club. Very likely to do history this weekend, came very close to it today, but a huge game for Wild Goose to deliver her team the victory. Her best game of the season thus far. Well, that is the end of our coverage for